Hello, just a quick update. My Marshall DSL 15H had a bit of a problem with it. It's working fine one day, and all of a sudden it only played at maybe 1/10 volume. And that's after I cranked it up to about 5. So it just wasn't putting out at all. So went by the music shop and talked about amps for a while, and they figured probably the power tubes went. So I put a couple GT power tubes in. They're the 6V6. This one all stock. I watched all the videos on changing out the power tubes to modify the distortion levels and stuff. You know, the gain channel is pretty high on this one, so a lot of people want to tone it down so you can get more movement out of the dial. But I just went with the same tubes and put the new 6V6s in, and they're actually okay. They didn't change much. I'll leave the new ones in. The old ones are about 1.5 years old. Probably 150 hours on them, maybe around, maybe not quite, but around there. So fine, I went down, and then I thought it'd for sure be the first valve in line here. So I put a new GT valve in there too. Those are ECC83s, or here in North America they're the 12AX7s, and that didn't change anything. So I actually swapped that. I originally had it in this position. I swapped it out to that position, and no change there. Let's put this back on. So then went down to the third position. The original tube that was in the first position, preamp tube, is down the third, and voila, I got my sound back. All of a sudden the full amp came back and started feeding back right away, and full power. So kind of a rare or not predictable failure there. The third preamp in valve went on me, the 12AX7. But here's a good look at the amp. It's easy to get to. The cover just comes off. Anyway, so that normally you can see the valves glowing through the cover when it's turned on. 4 screws. I got a bit of a ding there. Didn't notice that before. Oh well. And then you're in. You can see everything. They're kind of tricky to get out. You have to be careful. I used a rag just to pop them out, just like that. I'm trying to keep my fingerprints. I wash my hands first, then in case I do touch them a little bit, whatever. And then use a rag to make sure I don't get too much grease or oil or anything on them. And a bit dusty in there too. And then you just line them up. The larger tubes are actually easier to replace. You put one hand in. I can see it on the clip. Push it down, and use your other hand coming over top with the cloth and pull the tube out. And they have a slot that lines up the tube, no problem. So they only go in one way. That slot fits first, then all the pins line up, and then down she goes, just straight down. There's no twisting, no turning, just straight out. If these guys are a bit harder, there isn't a line-up tube. There's only one missing spot. Here, actually I have this old one here. This is the broken one. Let's see if I can show there. Yeah, so those pins are missing one spot. See, the pins are not even straight. There are a few bends to them. So once that lines up, it goes straight in. And this original one, they all have Marshall logo on them. ECC83, so the European model name for the valve. I don't know where it's made. I'm assuming it'll be China. Then one I replaced was made in China. Has a, I don't know if it's a date code or what. It has a WK318. I wouldn't think it'd be a 2008. It's a 2011 amp, but maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that's what it was. So if your amp all of a sudden loses power but still plays a little bit, it could be a preamp tube. And in hindsight, what I should have done is bought one preamp tube and gone through them, which is what I did, and then gone after the main tubes. But what the heck? I have two sets of tubes. If one of these does go, I'll start replacing them with the other set, and then go from there. So if you have any troubles with your amp, may as well try that. Otherwise, the amp's been great, but as you know, it's kind of expected for the tubes to go. Marshall only warranties them for 90 days, and it's pretty understandable. They're a wearable item, and that's just how it goes with a tube amp. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. Please follow the link below to the review on this amp if you want to see the front of it and how I have it set and all that stuff. But yeah, so easy to service, and it could be your preamp tubes. Thanks, bye. Now, one other thing I should mention, if this looks like a weird setup, I'm not running the Marshall through the trainer amp. I've actually cut the wires for the low input on the trainer. So this plug-in, I'm going to pull it out, quarter-inch jack, this goes straight to the speakers. So I ran speaker wire from a PV Blue Marvel straight to this jack. So it's just a cabinet. But if I want to, I can always go back to the trainer and plug in to normal, and it's still hooked into the amp. As it always was, I could use this amp. I would never run them together. I would never feed the Marshall into the trainer with it powered up. I don't know why. Maybe you could, but I just don't want to do it. So yeah, so I can, it's just a cabinet, 12-inch cab with a Marshall head. Or you can plug it into your trainer, your solid-state trainer, which sounds like total shit. So, no, I'll never do that again. It's just that first day it was a great amp, but now it sounds like crap compared to this thing. So yeah, you have an old amp lying around, wondering what to do with the thing. You can use it just as a cab. Just cut the wires in the back off one of the inputs and wire it right to the speaker, or do it some other way if you like to. Put a whole other jack on it, a third jack if you want, or however you want to work that out. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.